अध्यक्ष महोदय की अनुमति से शोध पत्रों की प्रस्तुति करें। प्रस्तुति करेगा डॉक्टर दिव्या कुमार, डॉक्टर रुनु कवि, डॉक्टर स्मिता कुमारी, अनुप्रिया, निखिल परवीन, वर्षा शेखर, स्वीटी सिन्हा, चेतन कुमार, हिजादर कश्यप, मुस्ताजिद आलम, निखिल परवीन, चंदन आशीष, रजनी कुमारी, तकनीकी सत्र 5 एवं तकनीकी सत्र 6 दोनों को मर्ज कर दिया गया, जिसकी अध्यक्षता प्रोफेसर शेफाली मैम एंड डॉक्टर राकेश रंजन सर करेंगी। डॉक्टर दिव्या कुमार, डॉक्टर रुनु कुमारी रवि, डॉक्टर स्मिता कुमारी, अनुप्रिया, निखिल परवीन, वर्षा शेखर, स्वीटी सिन्हा, मंच पर आए और अध्यक्ष महोदय की अनुमति से शोध पत्रों की प्रस्तुति करें। निखिल परवीन, वर्षा शेखर, स्वीटी सिन्हा, निधि कुमारी, तकनीकी सत्र 5 का शीर्षक स्वास्थ्य व्यवस्था के विभिन्न मुद्दे। बिहार में स्वास्थ्य असमानता शोध प्रस्तुतिकर्ता निहित परवीन।
A very good afternoon everyone, esteemed dignitaries, my colleagues and my dear friends. I am Nikhat Parveen, standing in front of you to present the paper on the topic Health Environment. My research paper tries to study health environment in relation with military reformation. My paper focuses on the effects of military activities on the environmental and human health. The relationship between man and environment is as old as evolution of mankind. Whatever human gives to the earth is directly or indirectly returned to humans in the form of food, air, water, etc. Initially, human tries to adapt to the environment, but with the gradual passes of time, people begin to change the environment to suit their needs. In other words, we can say that the focus on modernization has changed human relationship with the environment. In modern times, modernization in every sector has become an indicator to measure the development of a country. Military sector is not aloof from the modernization. India, keeping in view of the security of the country and military advancement of the countries like US, Russia and China, India trying to build a strong military force accompanied by all types of technology and advanced defense equipment. The military and the physical environment are two essential components of a country. However, with the modernization of military, the country has imposed a great threat to the health of the environment. The missile and nuclear weapon testing, various military exercises produce chemical and metal contaminants that create environmental pollution. Nuclear weapon testing in atmosphere and underground has created a contamination in the environment with radioactive wastage which disturbs the ecology. Rocket launching generates chemicals such as hydrochloric acid and aluminum oxide that lead to ozone depletion. The military exercises and development of military bases near water bodies cause habitat degradation, soil erosion, toxic water bodies and chemical spills. Besides this, The maintenance of military infrastructure and types of equipment often leads to generation of large quantities of hazardous waste like heavy metals, solvents, paints, fuels, etc. And the disposal of these hazardous wastes directly affects the environment. As human and environmental relationships are reciprocal, in return, environment affects the human health. The accumulation of chemicals and metal leads to soil erosion and infects food, air, water and land. Human exposure to the contaminated environment increases the risk of cancer, heart disease, asthma and responsible for a variety of infectious diseases like diarrhea, cholera, meningitis, etc. This increasing exploitation of the environment due to military reformation has captivated the attention of both international and national actors. Talking about the international efforts, the international actors take initiatives through various conferences like United Nations Stockholm Conference, Brundtland Report, the United Nations Conference on Environmental and Development. And talking about at national level, India endorsed the principle of sustainable development and abides by the provisions laid down in the United Nations Conference on Environmental Protection. Indian government has taken serious steps for the protection of the environment. Hence, in 1972, through 42nd Amendment Act, Indian Constitution included Article 48A and inserted Clause G to Article 51. In 1980, the Department of Environment was established to ensure a healthy environment for the country, which later renamed as Ministry of Environment and Forest. Besides, the Indian government has implemented the Water Act in 1974, the Forest Act in 1980 and the Air Act in 1981. The upgradation of military is important from the security point of view. But India should modernize its military, keeping in view the goal of sustainable development. Because the pain of war can be minimized over the time, but the effect of environmental degradation, if not cured within time, can have dangerous and long-term implications. Thank you.
Actually, last session we covered the last speaker got the chance to be discussed. So I just want to stop here. This point of time, if anyone has any question, आप पूछ सकते हैं, फिर हम second speaker को बोलेंगे. अगर आप में से किसी को कुछ पूछना है इनके वक्तव्य में, तो आप उनके विचार रख सकते हैं या क्वेश्चन रख सकते हैं. No one, फिर ये बाद में एक क्वेश्चन अभी भी जो हो जाएगा फिर लास्ट में हम लोग वोट देंगे. करेक्ट?
पॉल्यूशन की ही बात करते हैं. जिस तरीके से इंडिया मिलिट्री में रिफॉर्मेशन लेकर आ रहा है, चाहे वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की बात हो या फिर उसके स्ट्रक्चर में बात हो, लेकिन रिफॉर्मेशन करने के दौरान किस तरीके से हम एनवायरनमेंट को पोल्यूट कर रहे हैं. हम हर चीज को देखते हैं कि किस तरीके से वेस्ट मटेरियल्स हो गए या फिर इंडस्ट्रीज केमिकल्स निकालती है, तो किस तरीके से वाटर बॉडीज पोल्यूट होती है, हर चीज पोल्यूट होती है. बट हम कहीं ना कहीं जो मिलिट्री एक्टिविटीज होता है, हम रॉकेट लॉन्चिंग करते हैं, न्यूक्लियर टेस्ट करते हैं, वो किस तरीके से एनवायरनमेंट को पोल्यूट करते हैं. गवर्नमेंट या फिर हम भी एज ए सिटीजन उस पर फोकस नहीं करते हैं, हमारा ध्यान नहीं जाता और उस पर भी फोकस करने की जरूरत है. क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं हमारे जो कंट्रीज है रॉकेट बनाने के दौरान या फिर न्यूक्लियर टेस्टिंग के दौरान एनवायरनमेंट को पोल्यूट कहीं ना कहीं करती हैं. तो मेरा सर एक्चुअली मेन जो मुद्दा था सेमिनार का वो एनवायरनमेंट हेल्थ एनवायरनमेंट के ऊपर था कि किस तरीके से वाटर फॉरेस्ट ये सब इफेक्ट होता है. तो
That is his point. That is his point. कि आप you are talking in terms of the impact on
फिर
नहीं, मैं कह रही हूँ it's a non-justiciable it's an eyewash. To respect your constitution, to respect your forest life, to respect the public place. वो यहाँ थूकना मना, you are going through it. You know, कर्सी the place is जाने का. तो कहाँ है उनकी accountability? क्यों नहीं उसको justiciable?
लेकिन मैं आपको इसके लिए साधुवाद देना चाहता हूँ कि आपने इस बदलते हुए सोशियो पॉलिटिकल इन्वायरमेंट में इतने संवेदनशील मुद्दे पर अपना प्रेजेंटेशन किया है। इसके लिए धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू।
So the next speaker, आप बताएंगे यहाँ पर?
दूसरी प्रस्तुति करता वर्षा शेखर। वर्षा शेखर।
A very warm and good afternoon to all the dignitaries present here at the second Bihar Social Science Congress 2022. I, Varsha Shekhar, research scholar from Department of Political Science, Patna University, Patna, express my heartfelt gratitude to the organizing committee to grant me the opportunity to present my article on the topic Poverty, Hindrance to Youth Participation and Health Efficiency in Population. A lower social participation rate in extracurricular organizations decreases opportunities for informal learning and consequently reduces life chances. Poverty research has demonstrated that financial constraints and social withdrawal that results from feeling of shame cause lower participation rates. By dividing extracurricular leisure activities into fee-based and non-contributory activities, it is possible to discriminate between the two mechanisms. The results demonstrate from the empirical cross-sectional analysis based on the panel study, Labour Market and Social Security, that is BASS, that primary financial shortages explain decreased participation opportunities and to substantially lesser extent social withdrawal. And other findings have also suggested that social deprivation occurs only in situation of long-lasting poverty. My article focuses on the thing that there is lesser youth participation, and one of the determinants and one of the cause is poverty. There are many hindrances to youth participation, and one of the most key factor that is poverty, which I am discussing today. The acquisition of extracurricular skills developed in childhood adolescence increasingly important to secure the individual benefits required to compete for coveted jobs and traineeship positions. Participation is organized, sports, music, cultural activities with peer plays a major role. Recent studies have demonstrated that social background of young individuals strongly determines their social participation, especially young people with individuals strongly determines the social participation. Young people with lower socio-economic status have lower participation rate. For example, sports club or organizations, anything, in particularly social better off and integrated youth benefit from positive effect of participation as well as overall health efficiency and well-being. Recently, our government has introduced so-called educational packages, which have the target to improve the social integration of children and young people into existing clubs and community structures for intensifying the contact with their peers. As these kind of activities are very helpful in proper socialization of the individuals, and the young will get promoted for the participation. Here we are talking about not only the participation in political system, but the participation in overall social activities or social history, which results in, as we know, this poverty is very much hindrance to the families of those poor people and the young ones of those families develop
they feel ashamed of getting connected with the society. They do not connect with the society well, and this actually is a very much hindrance towards their participation in the political system. Becker says in the institutionally organized educational system, young people acquire knowledge and skills which later can be profitably used in labor market. According to Durham, 2001, 70% of all human learning processes occur outside educational institutions, and poverty there lies at a very center point of hindrance, as they do not attach to the educational institutions. People, their family, ashamed of their poverty, they do not intend their children to go out and learn with their peers and all. And this will obviously decrease the youth participation overall in the political system. Here, I would like to, in the course of cognitive socialization, individuals acquire specific knowledge and skills within which different forms and phases can be distinguished. And parents, especially this socialization phase, includes so much inculcation of activities and so much inculcation of their very self-esteem, development of self-esteem, their mental well-being, and which enhances their participation in the political system. I would not take so much time, but I would like to just say that this poverty should be really thoughtful by the states and the people around us by giving them share in the social scheme, social system. They must be integrated towards, because outside the educational institution these things occur. The people, they do not feel affectionate towards each other. They hinder themselves from others, and so that the smaller activities, small group activities, so that they can play with the peers, and the children and the youth will get more indulged into the social activities, and in the form of social system they get knowledge that yes, I am part of the society and I should be doing something for the society as well. Government is trying good educational packages as there, microfinance is there, employment schemes are there, it's all there. But I think the problem lies behind the socialization process of the individual, and there I think this poverty is a core hard problem of this declining youth participation. That's the idea. And it was poverty that is hindrance to youth participation and overall health scheme of the population. No ma'am, it's overall health of the scheme, because poverty, youth participation, I would like to say that if they wanted to participate, this poverty is there and they are not healthy enough.
My point is, you're talking in terms of poverty
And youth participation.
You think that poverty is a hindrance for the
Youth participation.
And then how the government will affect it?
Ma'am, in overall population, this topic is divided into two segments. One segment is there when we are talking about the youth ones. The youth, they are not participating, declining youth participation due to poverty, and this is also one of the major reasons towards the downing health efficiency of the population, overall population.
But in that case, do you find any connection with the Marxian and Southwest concept of alienation?
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Youth is not participating, but apathy of the youth.
Yes, ma'am.
So that goes to the extent of alienation.
Yes, ma'am. And alienation and isolation too. That contributes to non-participation. All the four kinds of non-participation which we see, that is apathy, alienation, isolation. No, ma'am, not at all. Definitely, there are so many hindrances, and my article was focusing one of the smallest, yes, one of the things that is focusing. There are many ones.
Okay, there's a self-esteem में कोई बात नहीं।
Yes, ma'am.
वो कैसे self-esteem वो कैसे होगा?
Ma'am, it's like when the youth are not indulging themselves towards the social activities, they are not communicating with their peer groups, they are not socializing enough with the society, they are not playing with others. See, children are like, I've seen many children who are not participating, and why they are not participating is just that they say, I do not belong from
माइक तो कर ही दिया है आपकी बात
किस प्रोग्राम में हेल्थ के किस प्रोग्राम का आपने लिया, कौन सा सेगमेंट था पॉवर्टी का डेफिनेशन से, क्या जो लोग अमीर हैं उस समुदाय में या कम्युनिटी में, क्या उनका पार्टिसिपेशन उस हेल्थ पर्टिकुलर प्रोग्राम में था?
Yes, sir. I think ambiguity was there, and I didn't explain so much, but it is there in my article that it was a labor market study, the PASS study, panel study was there on the labor market. Then United Nations Declaration of Human Rights as well, it is also there, and recently a Sustainable Goal Development UNDP was there, and it was particularly targeted in that session that poverty is not only a national, it is a cross-national issue, and it was highlighted in that Goal 1 also, and it was Goal 1 in the United Nations Declaration that year. This was highlighted. Recently, it was there in the like 2017-18 because United Nations issue was there.